from the spoke. Let's see if we can see anything. Oh yeah, shit.
Yeah, I confess, Father, I confess, 'cause I've been living wrong.
Just got me a little snack. We are about to get started on this car again. So a couple of things. Got the front spindles back modified. Got the rear cambers back modified. Got the new throttle body in. The new map sensor in for the custom intake installed. That's supposed to happen given we can get all this other shit done today. It's overcast, it's been raining. I hate it because that means we won't be able to pull the car out to do the adjustments on the wheels if it does rain again. So we're still gonna try to get the bulk of this done. So I'm gonna start by myself on the rear because the camber kits are all that have to be done in the rear. And the rear right now is the biggest problem child, being that I was pretty much all the way ran in on camber. And I mean, just a flea tick's pube hair, not able to get the lip to tuck in on full drop. So that is the problem. So given the new cambers have been modified, which means I have an extra set of camber kits if anybody wants to buy them. Hopefully that does work. Now I did go ahead and order some toe arms in case the toe needed to be adjusted further past the OEM toe arms. Those were overnighted and are supposed to be here today. The rest of the hardware for the front is supposed to be 2-day expedited, which was Tuesday, and that's supposed to be here today. So we still have parts coming that are needed for the front installation to be done, supposed to be here like hours from now, hoping that everything goes right, no accidents happen, the weather holds up, the FedEx truck gets here in time. So yeah, we got a lot of stuff going on. So enough of that. I gotta go ahead, we gotta get started. I'm gonna try to do my best to keep you all up. I'm probably have to do it in segments. Oh yeah. So check it out. Even got the spindles coated. They're still drying. Bought some new tools for the job. Because my cousin had this tool last time, so I went ahead and picked one up. Not the same, but should do. Lug nut sitting. Gonna get started on the rear. And you haven't seen the wheels yet, okay? So the wheels, totally redone to color match the car. I'd rather wait to show those when we actually start fitting them on, all right? So listen, I'm about to get the stuff out the truck, get started on this car. Let's get it together. This is the current camber kit. So let's compare it to the new camber kits that were modified and see how much of a difference there is. Oh yeah, that's quite a bit of difference. Let's actually see if I run them down though. Is it still different? See if it ran down, there's still a difference. Damn, we have to break that buddy. Break that, buddy. Actually still. Oh yeah, there's a difference right there. Missing, you could tell in the body just in itself right there. So if you take this camber kit and run this nut off, where this one starts pretty much, you can see there's a nice considerable difference. We got almost probably about an inch or so a gap. So that's gonna be good. I'm about to get this thing on here and go from there. I got both in, both camber arms in. I'm gonna go ahead and got my calipers. Basically, I'm gonna start a reference point, get both camber arms the same, then go ahead, put the wheels on, put the boards underneath here, start dropping, making adjustments and see if we can't get this rear done. Since that was the problem area, I think once everything gets here for the front, we're gonna be like downhill, and it's all trying to see if this car will drop to zero and not breaking shit. That's what we don't want. We don't want to break shit, all right? So let's get that done. All right, so I got the boards in, jack stands out. Now it's time to start dropping to see if any of this is gonna tuck in, slowly but surely. Make sure everything is out of the fucking way. All right, so far, that's what we're looking at right now. I got the Camber kit set to like 3.27 inches. They're not even all the way ran in. They're pretty much all the way ran out. So we have plenty of room for adjustment given we need it. So let's see how far we are. All right, so the first, right off the bat, was 3.27. I basically went ahead and took almost a 1/4 inch out. We're now at like 3.0155. So we're about to remove the jack stands, go for it again, see where we're at. All right, I'm literally having to stick my phone in between the wheels to try to check for clearances because it's so low now, and it's not even on the ground that I can't get the camera up in there. But right now you can see this is the furthest it's ever been. I've never gotten it to tuck. We didn't clip body, we didn't flex the body panels yet. I'm just trying to check and see what the clearance is between the air strut and the actual wheel. So I got video right here. Let's see what we got. If you look, it's like real tight. So I literally, let's see, I can see a little bit right there. All right, let's go from the outside, and basically what I did was stuck it in from the spoke. Let's see if we can see anything. Oh yeah, shit. Like we're into the bag now, but it's deflated. So the bag at this point is deflated. We're underneath that cup, so we're not hitting that, but then the strut is probably actually running into the tire. So we'll have to check that. And that's on that side. Let's see what we got on this side. I mean, hell, I didn't get very good from that. So we have to just go and see and lift up and see if we got some like marks on the tire to see if we're hitting. So we'll go from there, see if the car might drop all the way down and check it. The car is completely off the jacks now. It is all on its own. So far what I've been able to scope out, and I will have to see more if we actually get everything done and get it up to fast lane and get underneath the floor, because they have a rack where you drive on the floor. You don't have to drive up on the rack. They specialize in this shit. But as of right now, the complete bag is underneath the lip of the rim, so it's in complete clear area. The very top of the air strut is just above the lip. So my only concern is it hitting tire, and the tires curve in so much, we might not even be hitting there. So we actually might be completely good right now. So I'm thinking I'm gonna lock the cambers right there, because I know going in further, it's not there. So I think that 1/4 inch was just the sweet spot. So I'm gonna lock the cambers in, put the lug nuts on, and then start on the front and see if we can't get this car on the ground completely later on today. Hopefully this doesn't turn into a horrible thing where we end up going into Friday. This might actually be done tonight. So check this out. Look at that. That's where we're sitting. Yes, no center caps. We're making custom center caps to color match, and plus Avant-Garde is sending the gold decals. But yes, I mean, that is looking pretty damn good. I can't wait to get it out and kind of stand back and see it, but look at that. We're tucking at the top with nice camber down there. I am kind of getting excited, not really, because the fronts aren't done. So let me get this camera off, get done with this, see what's up. All right, so right now I'm locking the camber arms in place for this adjustment. And my bad. Once I lock those in place, then I'm gonna put the tires, the wheels back on, lock them up. So this is what I was looking for. If I took the wheel off and I saw some markings here on this cup, then I know that we're running against that or some type of rubbing on the bag, which I didn't see. And you can see here, there's no marking there. I wish I need to, here, let me get my impact, put a little light on the situation. There's no marking on this soft metal, nor was there too much shape on this actual bracket. At the very top, very minimal, which tells me we're clearing, and if anything, it might be resting against the body of the car, the tire is. You can see a little rub up there. That I'm not concerned with. Legitimately, I can let that ride. I mean, I'm not gonna be driving the car like that. It's only gonna be parked at zeroed out. So now the only thing is this. When we go to inflate the bags, they do have a little bit more diameter to them. So as long as when they inflate, they're not rubbing on the wheel, especially at ride height, then we're good. Which I can adjust ride height as high as 100 to 125 PSI, but the bag gets bigger as well. So we need enough clearance for the bag to be at ride height and not rubbing. So I think we're gonna be good because the tires are definitely gonna poke out and the body clears it. So we'll have to see when we get all 4 wheels and tires on here and roll this baby out and basically air it up, see where it is, roll it out, see if it free rolls, letting us know nothing is binding. And then from there, we might be gold. Then it's time to see what this baby looks like squatted, because I'm telling you right now, on 4 inches of blocks, when it dropped down, it's pretty much almost lower than it was on the other tires because it had more height because of the tire size. So we're gonna be that much lower on the ground, which is not a bad thing, but I'm hoping my exhaust system doesn't collapse. You know what I'm saying? All right, so listen, the back is done. Camber kits are locked. Everything's snug, tightened up. Lug nuts are on the wheels and tires rear. Good sign so far. My cousin's not here yet. The 2 FedEx trucks haven't pulled up yet. So we're still waiting on the custom hardware bolts for the calipers. We're still waiting for the Skunk 2 expedited plenum stuff, which doesn't affect today, but does affect this weekend. And we're still waiting on something else for up front from the FedEx truck. So I'm gonna go ahead, get me something to eat, probably come back and get the spindles on as far as I can get them, and probably make like a guess adjustment. And then other than that, we will wait till we get the rest of the hardware in so we can actually mount the wheels and tires, because without the hardware, that's not gonna happen right now. So we're at a standstill, but we're gonna get this done today. So far, we are successful to a degree on the rear. The full test is gonna come when we air the car up, like I said. So right now, I'm gonna go ahead, get the spindles in here, adjust the cambers. I pretty much remember last time we all the way pushed out on the front cambers. I do know that a long time ago when I first had these wheels made, custom made by Avant-Garde, which was about 3 years ago, that when the car was dropped down, it just started to kind of tuck the top of the tire. So I'm thinking that we're probably gonna do the same thing. We're probably gonna go a 1/4 inch in from the get-go and see where we are, and then at that point make any adjustments, check clearance, check and make sure nothing's rubbing on the strut, the wheel's not biting into the rubber, which is the most important thing. We don't want to blow an air strut. Metal to metal contact is something that we can at least have a mistake on, because I'm slowly going to let the car down. So when checking and seeing metal to metal, we'll be good there, but we don't want to run the metal into the rubber at any point in time. Even though the black bags are deflated, which is good at this point, if they're running into the bag deflated, more than likely when it's inflating, it's going to be the same thing. So we just want to make sure all of that's going to be good. So let me get started on putting these spindles in. All right, so I got the spindle. Remember, Golden Built shortened these, so the car should drop all the way down, unlike it did initially. And we're gonna go ahead and get these in so we can get the rest of this stuff done. While we're in here, we'll go ahead and loosen these, and we're gonna go ahead and probably do like a 1/4 inch. I'm hoping I don't have to cut any of this shit out at all. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and remove a 1/4 inch, see what we get. So basically I got the spindle on, the castle nuts torqued down. Now I'm about to got a cotter pin set. Gonna definitely replace these old cotter pins. I don't like using old cotter pins, let alone some of these are too long. So we'll go ahead, get these in, cut some of the ones down to size, new cotter pins. Then went ahead and made the 1/4 inch adjustment on the camber already. The hardware still has not shown up to mount the caliper and everything up. So I'm just gonna get all of this stuff together, and then we might even go ahead and see about testing the wheel ons and maybe push the caliper out of the way, since technically right now it may not be a big deal. So we might be able to push it over enough, but I don't know, especially when it comes to lowering the car down, if it's gonna be in the way. So even then, we still might be on a hold once I get all the spindles on, waiting for FedEx. It says everything's on the truck for delivery. So I'm just gonna get as far as I can right now and get this stuff done, and then we'll see how the front lines up, and hopefully we can get the front to tuck in and be done with this, and then roll this car out and see if it'll air up and air down and all that good shit. So all right, just showed up hoping everything on there. This motherfucker being negative is talking about he hoping everything ain't there. No, I'm hoping everything is there. This shit showed up in a nick of time. Going good, bro. How about yourself? Ooh, appreciate that, man. Packages are in. All right, so we got the new hardware in. Boom. So we can get that. Got the new bracket in. The who? Hell yeah, threw them shits out. And here, extra goodie stickers from Skunk 2. Them bitches is hard. Yeah, there we go. About damn time. So now we good. There's the entire kit. So what happened is Skunk 2 gave me my damn Ultra Street manifold and didn't put the damn kit in here for the hardware installation. So they expedited that shit, put a couple of the extra goodies in there. So I'm gonna let John know I really appreciate him for getting that shit to me. So we should be good on that. And that's gonna be to make the custom intake and the custom coupler for the throttle body. So now we can get to putting the rest of this shit on, get the other side on, get the drive shaft in. My cousin's here, he supposed to be a like certified technician and shit, so he gonna torque all this shit down. That way if it fall the fuck off. So let's go ahead and get this shit on. Got plenty of packages that just arrived from FedEx. Time to get to work. All right, so we got all this shit on, spindles on, new hardware on for the calipers, all the cotter pins in. Now we're about to try to bring this shit down and see at least if the front end will fold in. So what I did was from all the way out about a 1/4 inch in, and we're gonna go on a 1/4 inch at a time, check the bags, make sure ain't shit binding, definitely make sure the body don't get bit, then go from there. have to take those about probably another 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch in. Right now we got about that much space trying to get this wheel to come in. So we think about we're gonna move in another 1/4 inch, see what that get us, and then we got to check the spacing on the bag, because right now we decreasing on space on the bag side, and we don't want the bag to run into the spindle on inflation. So we're gonna have to find a nice little happy gray medium. And honestly, my body guy might have to pull these fenders a bit more and just have to sacrifice some body lines, so we'll see. So I've already called my body man, so he's probably gonna have to pull these fenders a bit more. This is it. I took another 1/4, about less than a 1/4 inch out. We're about to run into the bag, so after this, I ain't got shit else to do but wait for him to pull them. All right, so let it all the way down. It is, ooh, so now the test is, can we air it up? The bags don't hit the spindles. If the bags don't hit the spindles, air it up, like we might be in the game. Then it's just gonna be about dropping it down on itself, flat on the ground, and see what happens. That's next. So we got the car down. Now it is time to actually air it up so we can get this jack out, because that shit's still stuck. And then see if it'll air up without running into any of the spindles. That's the main test. We actually might not even have to pull the fenders, but right now I don't know how much of the car is actually laying on the jack to how much further it's gonna go down. But we went down pretty far further than it is last time, so we're gonna see what happens. So let's go from there.
Oh, there's a hump. Do what? Why? What wood? That wood ain't gonna hurt. That wood will save the exhaust.
buff this shit out now. All right, drop that bitch down some more. Eee. That motherfucker tucking.
You know what? Almost.
It is a success, all right? So check this out. These are the small issues. Need an alignment, definitely. It chatters, alignment needs to be done in the front. Right now, not sure. It was even in the garage where it dropped. I'm thinking because my driveway's a little uneven, this one didn't tuck. So the driveway being uneven is causing, you know, this to be a little different. I don't think Kyle will have the spindles off that bad. The rear is fully tucked. Look at that, 9.5 inches tucked, for real, for real. My suspension is literally on the ground right there. It's literally on the damn ground. Deep dish wheels, and I hit my jack stand. I got to get some touch up right there, but I don't think we're actually going to have to pull the fenders anymore. So I'm actually kind of happy right now. Gonna have to wait till fast lane makes the determination on basically the alignment. Hopefully everything can stay the same, get a good enough alignment where it's not too bad. This is what we got, looking good. Like literally, we just made it in a nick of time. It just started pouring down rain. This worked out. Like I said, the alignment is gonna need to be done, but the wheels are on. So far, ride height, nothing's rubbing. So far in park height, nothing is rubbing or scraping. Well, I take that back. I did see a little bit of scratching on the bottom of the cup when I guess it might be sitting. Nothing major though. It's actually could have even been there before I noticed it during the install of the initial airlift system. But right now, I can't wait to get these center caps. It's looking good. The wheels are looking good. I mean, we are sitting hella tucked, 9.5 inches, and we're tucking. All right, now the front, we are hella flush up here, right there. So it's a success, people. So be on the lookout for the rest. Custom intake manifold install coming next.
Yeah, I confess, Father, I confess, 'cause I've been living wrong.